Hello, my beautiful Virgos, and welcome to your 2026 annual general tarot guidance for the whole year for my Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross-watching. Are you excited, Virgo, to find out what 2026 is coming for us? What do we have in store? I'm very excited. I'm a Virgo, as you probably know. So we're going to be looking at it quarter by quarter, breaking it down, looking at the overall themes. We're going to be here some time. So it's tea and tarot time with Julie. Grab yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, get yourself comfy. Let's have a little look what we have got going on for 2026. Okay. All right. Now, before I start, I'm going to link up here where I am now at the end, your 2025 overview. And you might wonder, what am I doing that for? Well, if you have a look at that and see how much of that was accurate, how much resonated, it'll give you an idea of how much of this 2026 is going to be relevant for you. Okay. All righty. Let's have a look then. This is the wisdom of the oracle. We're going to get the overall themes here for each quarter. For my Virgos then, please. Quarter one, here and now. That's January, February, March. We've got TikTok in quarter two. Okay, feels like there's a bit of pressure. That camera will sort itself out in a minute. Don't worry about it. And we've got breathe in quarter three and exchanging gifts in quarter four. All right, let's get your animal oracle. Don't worry about that. It'll sort itself out now. Okay, all right. The animal theme for the year. This is for the whole year. What is the most appropriate theme for my Virgos, please, from the animal kingdom to give us some focus? All right, we've got whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Now, I'm telling you, Virgo, we don't particularly like that, do we? Trusting the great mystery. We like to know. Give me the detail. Give me the information, right? But Spirit is saying, you know, there's a certain amount we need to just let unfold, okay? So we'll find out some more. Let's get your everyday spirit guide affirmation for the year. The most appropriate affirmation or affirmations. Oh, it depends how many want to come out. Oh, just the one. We've got a yes. The answer is yes. Okay. All right. Let's find out some more. Let's get you your affirmation from hoping to having. Key affirmations for my Virgos, please, for 2026. What do we want to be focusing on? What is the most appropriate affirmation? I am choosing to make a commitment to myself, to my happiness, and to my goals. Okay, very focused, very strong. Right, let's add in the tarot, and I am using the Tarot Grand Lux. We're going to be clarifying these with a different deck as well. Okay, quarter one, please. What are we focusing on the here and now in quarter one? We have got the Fool with the Five of Wands. Quarter two, TikTok. We've got the Two of Swords with the Four of Wands. Quarter three with Breathe. We've got the Four of Coins with the Knight of Wands. And quarter four with Exchanging Gifts. We have got the Knight of Swords with the Nine of Cups. That's a nice way to finish the year, isn't it? With that wish fulfilled. Very nice too. Okay, now, first of all, what I want you to do is have a little think. What are 3 things that you want to achieve for yourself in 2026? 3 things. Have a think about them and then comment them below. Whether that's happiness, we've got in the commitment, we've got commitment to self, to your happiness and to your goals. What might that be for you? What is the goal? What is the focus? What is the direction? Comment that below because it owns it. It brings your attention into it. Because whatever it is you're going to be focusing on this year, the answer is yes, you can create it, you can have it. But, and I say this as a but, you're going to have to let it just unfold. So you do your direction. This is what I want. But how you get there, I want you to let the universe guide that, right? You do the focus of this is what I want to achieve. And then let the mystery unfold, all right? Trust the great mystery. The great mystery is another name for God or source or life. It's allowing it to unfold. Now, we're really good at sort of being in control and directing everything. We're not so good at letting go. And a really balanced, beautiful life is knowing when to let go and when to direct. And so it's feeling into that, Virgo, of I set my goals and then I let the universe do the how. All right. So first quarter then, let's have a look at this. This is interesting because it's different to everybody else's. All right. So let me just explain that. Of course, all 12 signs will have a different focus. But let's just recap. So 2025 and 2026 are the two pivotal years, all right? Everything that we've been striving for since 2012 is culminating in 2025 and 2026. Then it opens up into moving us really far forward, much higher vibration, everything shifting. And 2025, as we come to the close of that now in December, has been about laying the groundwork, the preparation, the foundations, sorting everything out, clearing everything out. Then as we go into 2026, we start to put some meat on the bones. We start to see the rewards of some of that work, starting to develop it. A little bit like Four of Wands energy, which we've got on the table, which is where we put all of that foundation in place, the cornerstones in place. Now we can build that life up and from it. And so in 2026, particularly after the 20th of March, is when we're really stepping into receiving those rewards from the hard work that we've put in 2025 and the first couple of months of 2026. Because really the astrological new year doesn't begin on the 1st of January, it begins on the 20th of March. So very often January and February are kind of finishing stuff off from the year before, from 2025. Now this year in 2026, the astrologers are saying the big kind of completion point is around the 14th of February, 14th to 17th of February. This is when there's the final shifts astrologically, and then we spring forward. So bearing that in mind, and that this first quarter is for those first 3 months, you're being asked to bring your attention into the here and now. So yes, set your goals for the future, that's important, but equally ground them in reality now. Bring your attention into what your world and life is right here, right now. We've got the egg here and her cracking up and through the top of the egg. Eggs symbolize the good stuff cracking open, something new opening up, and it's opening up here and now. All right, so even though you may not see the rewards or the results for some time, everything's opening up now, right from the beginning for you in January. So this is a number 32, that's a 5, 5's about change. So some shift, some change, some new beginning is happening for you very, very quickly. This might even be at the end of December, because you're coming into the first quarter of 2026 in the here and now with the Fool. Okay, excuse me. Now the Fool is that huge new beginning. It's a major arcana. It's a brand new beginning, a brand new year. Now everybody else has had that kind of shift in the second or third quarter. Virgos were getting it right from the get-go. So kind of get ready, because this new beginning wants to hit fast. And it needs to happen in the here and now. So if you've been thinking, oh, I'll probably be ready by the spring, I'll have a look at it then, it's kind of, oh, no, 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 trust the great mystery. This is happening quickly. This is happening now. We're bringing our attention into allowing this new beginning to happen, and we're going with it. Now, it's rooted down with the Five of Wands, which is the card of arguments and difficulties and challenges. It's a card of change. It's a 5. It's uncomfortable change. And it's often where people disagree with us. There can be some arguments. There can be some discourse. And it's also a card of competition. So it's a card of having to fight for something. Now, on the one hand, it is quite a positive thing to fight for something. It shows it's important to you. On the other hand, fighting can go into battle energy, which just perpetuates and leads to more battle energy. And the Five of Wands is often that card of competition, which talks about lack, that, you know, I've got to go up against people. So we're going to allow this to unfold, all right? You might be in a situation with perhaps a brand new job, or you're in a new relationship and there's some conflict while we're kind of, you know, there's something, God, this is going back now when I was in business, but the storming, norming, forming kind of beginnings of, you know, bonding into something new. If you're part of a team, you're finding your place, your pecking order, and there can be a little bit of that tension while we're finding that pecking order. But if this is about competition for you, I want you to try and let that go, because there is enough to go around. We don't need to be in competition with anybody. I think if you are a competitive type of person, just be in competition with yourself, that you try and do better today than you did yesterday, and that's fine. You don't need to be in competition with others. So be mindful that there might be some butting heads here, and say, okay, that's part of a new beginning. They're bringing me back to the storming, forming, norming. It's kind of, that's part of, gosh, I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. I was in business, you know, more than 25 years ago. But that was part of when we pulled a new team together. We expected a little bit of that fractious, who's going to rise as top dog out of it. You know, just allow it, all right? So be mindful that there might be some opposing opinions and viewpoints, and just allow it to settle, because it will settle. But this new beginning with the Fool is really important, that you go for it, you take a leap of faith, you trust, and you allow it to all sort of settle down. Any disagreements around it, it'll come good, okay? But this is meant to happen quickly in that first quarter. Let's find out some more. I'm going to clarify with the Neon Tarot. Okay, tell me more about quarter one, January, February, March for my Virgos, please. Finding out some more. Okay. So here and now, we've got the Knight of Swords. Now, he's the fastest knight in the deck. He just goes charging in, sometimes without kind of engaging his brain before his mouth, and we can all do that sometimes, can't we? But the Knight of Swords is taking action, clear, swift, decisive, communicative action, sending emails, replying to posts, comments, social media, making a phone call, sending a letter. We're taking some action on this here and now, okay? So we're ready to hit the ground running, and it's going to be quite swift. Now we've got the Page of Pentacles coming in, which is an offer, an opportunity, often related to work or business or some kind of contract that is going to bring you in a new form, especially with it being on the Fool there, of income. So for many of you, this is a new job, a new career, a new business opportunity, but it doesn't have to be. Pages are always about being the messenger, opening up opportunities, some news coming in. Now, because we've got the Knight of Swords, which is often about research as well, then it could be that you are the one creating the opportunity because you're doing some research. And as you do that research, it could be about a new home or a new job, or actually about dating, online dating, researching which is the best site you want to join and what your profile should be. It's anything that's going to bring you some form of grounded stability, all right? But it's particularly good for money. All right, let's find out some more. Let's have a look at this Five of Wands in this first quarter. What's the advice and guidance for my Virgos with this Five of Wands? Eight of Cups, walk away from the arguments. That's the advice. Don't get involved. Don't engage. Just kind of go, and walk away, all right? If there's arguments around you, just let them get on with it. Let them. Don't get involved. Eight of Cups is saying walk away from any kind of battle energy. You don't need it in your world and life, okay? Not for you. All right, let's look then at quarter two. So here we are now, April, May and June, but really you can say end of March until the end of June. We've got TikTok, which is obviously the clock. It's the number 30. Threes are about growth and expansion. And we've got the clock is ticking. So it's about timing and us pushing forward and pushing through and making things happen. Now, it's rooted down with the Two of Swords and the Four of Wands. This is a beautiful combination. The Four of Wands is marriage, it's home, upgrades, improvements, promotions. This can be a new home or a new mortgage or an extension or somebody moving in or a furry friend moving in. It's taking it to the next level. If you've been dating, this can be you're now moving in together. If you have been ready for some kind of upgrade at work, a promotion or a pay rise, then this can be coming in around that time. Now, the Two of Swords says, I don't know. So I call it the I don't know card. I don't know what this upgrade or improvement might be. I don't quite know what that looks like because I can't see. I'm blindfolded. And I can also have two options here, two choices, two decisions. I can only make one. So I'm going to have to figure it out. So with this TikTok and the Four of Wands underneath here, this can very much be about a home or a job promotion. So, you know, should I go for this house or that? Should I go for that mortgage or that mortgage? Should I go for that job or that job? Which is the right one for me? So this is where we bring our attention into the whale spirit and trusting in the great mystery. So we want to kind of let go and say, of these two choices, the right one will become clear and I'll know which one to go for. And I want to make that decision within that 3-month period. So April, May, June, I'm making the decision. So I'm just going to allow it to unfold. The thing is with the Two of Swords, it's the I don't know right now, but it does mean that if I do a bit of research, I can find out. So when I find out more information, then I'll be able to know which one to go for. Tell me more about the Two of Swords and the TikTok. Let's get some advice of how we can clarify this a little bit more. Eight of Pentacles. So this is the worker card, very strong Virgo card, Eight of Pentacles. We work hard. We are diligent. We do our due diligence. We're prepared to put the hours in and work late into the night because we are committed. So we're in this commitment. We're in this work. And something is shifting around this time, TikTok. So it could be a work shift or change, a new project, a new product, a new service, something like this. But it doesn't have to be job related. This can be anything you're working on. And that can be yourself, your relationships, your health, something you're working on that you're not quite getting the answers to. All right, at the bottom of the deck, I've got the Two of Cups. So love can be relevant for some of you. I didn't feel drawn to pull it, but you could be working on a relationship or your desire for a relationship. It's something you love, something that you want to get involved in. That Five of Wands is back again. So we've got it here, we've got it here again. So we're in this kind of conflict energy of, you know, the I don't know, the Two of Swords. It's like, well, you know, I could go for that, but everybody else is going to be going for it, so I don't know if I should. It's comparing yourself with others. Let that go, Virgo. Don't worry about what others are doing. Let it go. Okay. This can be to do with, for those of you working, this could be to do with arguments at work around you or arguments within the family around you. Your kids falling out with each other. It's like, stay out of it. Don't get involved. Don't try and be peacemaker. Just stay out of the way. All right. Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Two of Cups again, which I do want to take now. And the Seven of Wands I want to take as well. So let's just look at this lot in this second quarter. So we've got that Five of Wands. So you could be having people come up against you here and it's a bit heavy and hard. Nine of Wands is that battle-weary soldier. So this could be to do with your job, where they're asking you to do something you don't agree with or you haven't got the skill set for, or they're asking you to do overtime when you've got commitments in the evening and you're saying, I can't, I'm going to childcare, or I've got to look after my mum, or whatever it is for you. Something here with that battle energy of the Five of Wands is a bit hard and heavy. So how we fix it. We've got the Two of Cups. Come back to a center of love. Come back to yourself. Come back into what would love say, what would love do, and then step into your boundaries. Seven of Wands is your boundaries. It is the courage of your convictions. It's you not backing down. So it's feeling into it, Virgo, of when to compromise and when that is going to compromise your integrity and compromise your values. So there's a little bit of opportunity here for some conflict, some arguments, but when you hold your ground, feel into it from a place of love and let go of the need to be right. Because we do have that, don't we? Right? So let go of the need to be right. Sometimes people do know more than us. I know we think we know everything. We're really good at what we do. We're usually the experts and we usually do know best. But in this case, with the Five of Wands coming up twice in the first 6 months here now, this is showing there is some pushback energy coming at you where sometimes it'll be in your best interest to let them, to say, okay, I'll do it your way. But I want you to feel into it strongly with that Seven of Wands. We don't want to agree every time, like just for a quiet life, we'll agree with you to stop the arguments. It's really important that you hold your ground where it's important to you and it feels really valid and it feels like, no, I can't compromise on this, I'm really sorry. Feel into it. Okay, so be aware there's some very good stuff here in the first 6 months. This new beginning, you know, you're leaving some difficulties and challenges with that Five of Wands behind, but then it kind of comes back again in a different guise. And so this time we're coming at it perhaps from a different angle. Maybe they are right. Maybe they do know better than me. Maybe I should let this go. And then another side would be like, no, this is too important to me and it feels wrong to let it go, so I'm going to hold my ground. So this is where you need to trust that intuition. And also I want you to trust your expertise, because that's the thing with the Eight of Pentacles. He is the expert in his field. He knows his subject. And if somebody's trying to talk you out of some knowledge and say, oh, you're wrong, and you know you're right, then hold your ground and stand up against these people saying, no, I'm not changing that because that's not correct, you're asking me to do, and I can't do that. It goes against my integrity. And Virgos, we're so strong with that. You know, we hate lies and we hate BS. We're just like, no, I'm not, that's wrong and I'm not doing it. But sometimes they are right and we're wrong, and it's how do you know the difference? And this is growing your sense of self and your sense of flow and the mystery. All right, sometimes we ask the universe, what the hell is going on? Why is everybody arguing with me? And it's like, well, maybe you're not right, and maybe you need to listen to them. And that can be hard, can't it? To change that perspective and say, okay, you know better than me. And other times it's like, no, you're wrong. I'm holding my ground. So there's some challenges here in this second quarter for discernment. When to stand up for yourself and say no, and when to say, okay, I'll do it your way. There's going to be some tests there, but you're going to win either way, you see, because we're growing, we're learning that actually I backed down there where I shouldn't have, and that's taught me when to trust my instincts. And actually I should have backed down, they were right and I was wrong. Again, that's opening up your wisdom, and it's opening up your ability to see multiple points of view. So this is a growing kind of quarter, not necessarily the easiest energy, but it will pay off. Okay, so let's have a look at quarter three then. So this is July, August, September. Now I like this. We've got breathe, and so we want that breathe in after we've had a little bit of kind of conflict here. We're going to breathe because we're going to figure this out. We're going to come through this and out the other side, grown stronger for it, and bigger, better, brighter person. So in quarter three, July, August, September, we're able now to breathe, to be able to take a deep breath and say, okay, we navigated that quite challenging time. but in a very positive way. So now we can just relax a little bit, we can breathe a little bit, and we have received what we needed from it. We've got the Four of Coins here. Now this is having enough. There's enough here. I'm being paid well, or I'm being appreciated well, whatever. It's not just about money, is it? It's about feeling there's enough. Enough support, enough love, enough care, and enough money. There is enough. But the danger with the Four of Coins is locking it down and trying to control and trying to limit. Like, I've got some money, but I daren't spend any of it. I'm locking it in the bank, in a vault, just in case. And it's like, it's an energy. Let it flow a little bit without, being stupid, without being wasteful, but try not to hold on to it too tightly. Now, this could also be holding on to a behavior or a belief too tightly. And this is where we want to shake things up a little bit, loosen them up a little bit, and let go. Because when we hold tight, nothing's got room to breathe. Our beliefs haven't got time to breathe, and they haven't got any space to kind of consider other options or consider other belief systems. Like, can I change that belief? Oh, I don't know, it's a bit fixed. Let go, allow it to breathe, and then if it's meant to stay, it'll stay, and if it's meant to go, it'll dissolve. So we're asked to let go, and we're asked to take some action on this. The Knight of Wands is an action card. So we're going to take some action that brings us back into our power and excitement and enthusiasm and energy. So we're just opening up to let things flow, and including our own passion. Because after we've had a bit of arguments over here, we may feel a little bit like, what's the point? We've got to get that passion back. We've got to get that mojo back, and we've got to open up our energy and let go. So let's find out a little bit more about this. And this is Virgo season as well, all right? July, August, September. Tell me more about quarter three, please, for my Virgos. So we have the King of Pentacles, nice, with the Strength card, that's the Leo card during Leo season as well, with the Six of Pentacles. Look at this. This is money. This is prosperity. This is receiving from a place of strength. The strength is linking in here with the letting go. As we let go of the need to be right, let go of the need to hold on and lock down. Letting go takes a lot of strength. But from doing that and from letting yourself just breathe and relax, it allows the flow, right? And as we breathe and relax, the flow comes in, and we've got the King of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles. These are big money cards. Now, the coins is money. It's also about anything that's grounded and secure. But the King of Pentacles is financially secure, big financial rewards. And with the Six of Pentacles as well, which is more than enough coming towards you, then you are being well rewarded. So for example, if this over here was a project or something you're working on, and somebody in a position of authority says, no, change it, do it this way, and you're arguing about it, but you feel like, okay, they know more than me, maybe they're right, and you let go and you do it their way, and then wow, you get a big bonus because actually it pays off, and that product or service or thing that you're working on starts to really reap financial rewards, of which you will get your share. And so just trusting that, okay? And that share is coming through quite strongly in quarter three. Tell me a little bit more about quarter three. I want another two, I think. Three of Cups, the celebration with the High Priestess. There's your higher self rewarding you, saying you trusted your instincts, you learned to let go, you learned to trust in life, and because of that you are now celebrating this receiving. There's big rewards here in financially and not just monetarily, but in terms of appreciation and success. This is very strong in quarter three. Okay, let's have a look at quarter four then. So we've got exchanging gifts with the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So exchanging gifts is what it says on the tin. It's about the give and the take. It's about I'm doing this and I'm receiving that. So we're looking at the balance, and is it fair? If I've put all this work in am I receiving the rewards? Whether that's work into my health or my relationships or my job or my career or my business or whatever, I've put the work in. Am I receiving the rewards? I'm looking at that, and I want them to be fair and equitable. I want it to be a fair exchange. So we are looking at, I'm just listening, they're just saying, just look at through this year how much work you've put in, and now is the time for you to receive the rewards. And for you, the rewards might be more about recognition and appreciation than money. We all have different motivations, and usually we want a little bit of both. I want the financial rewards and I want to be recognized. But we're having this energy of receiving, and you're looking at what is fair and equitable. And it feels very strong and very positive here. Now, the King of Swords coming in with clarity, focus, intelligence, logic. I'm looking logically at the give and the take. And so I can be examining here all of the relationships around me in terms of where I'm giving and where I'm receiving. I'm looking at my friendships, my family, my work life, my customers, clients, whatever, and saying, you know, am I receiving a fair reward for the work and effort and love that I put into this? And you're being very logical about it, not emotional. The King of Swords is not emotional. He's not, you know, a cold, heartless pig, but he is like, we're not here to debate the emotion. We're here to look at the focus and the clarity and, you know, the facts. This is about facts. So we're looking at everything very clearly in order to come into this Nine of Cups, which is my wish fulfilled. This is something I've really wanted, I've dreamt of. This could have been a long-held wish, a long-held dream, and is now here. And I'm looking at it in this really clear perspective, from a place of intelligence and expertise. And this King of Swords can also be an expert mentor, somebody that's working with you to take you to the next level, to bring in even more of what you're receiving. This is the dream. So it's coming into fruition here. The rewards, the wish fulfilled is on its way. But it feels as if it's been hard won and worked for quite hard. So when it does come, you feel you absolutely deserve it. And that is one of Virgo's weaknesses. We often have this imposter syndrome of, you know, well, I don't know if I really deserve that or I'm really good enough. And this is one of the things about this year of 2026. By the time we get to that last quarter, you know you earned this. You know you've worked for this. You know there's been challenges along the way and you've dealt with them. You've had your focus, your eye on the prize. You've been committed to yourself, to your dreams, your goals, your happiness, to you and your future. And by the time it starts coming in that last quarter, you know you've earned it and you're ready to say, thank you very much, I deserve that. Yes? Good. Let's find out a little bit more. Tell me more about quarter four for my Virgos, please. Temperance. The balance is now here. If you have felt during the year that it's been all giving and no receiving, we are coming into that fourth quarter with the balance. So if I put a lot of work in, now I'm seeing the rewards. Good. Okay. So the temperance, the balance, the healing, the restoration, the moderation, everything coming fair and equitable. And that is what we are wanting. The Ace of Cups is creating a brand new beginning. The universe saying, here's a new cup. What do you want to fill it with? It's up to you because you deserve this. Here's a new beginning that's going to make you happy. What is the wish? What is the dream? Because you can now have it. The dream is coming to fruition. The 10 of Pentacles, the legacy, the financial rewards, the security, the stability, the family bonds, everything coming together by the end of the year. This is going to be worth it. There'll be times during this year you're like, what the heck? I'm pulling my hair out. I'm being pushed. I'm being challenged. I'm being, yeah, and it's it's not going to be all the time, but there's going to be some of that, and that discernment that you can do, and you can do really well, Virgo. That discernment is where you are figuring out when to push, when to pull back, when to give, when to take, figuring it out. It's like doing a little dance through this year, dancing on the tightrope of life. And by the end of the year, you're on the other side of the tightrope in a safe place with all the rewards to show and prove just how far you have come. This is beautiful. I love it. Okay, my beautiful people, let's finish off with some angel cards for you. Final message from the angels for my Virgos. So, Virgo, tell me 3 things you want to achieve next year. And I think, having seen this reading, I would say one of them for me will be how to best handle conflict and arguments. Thank you for helping me to deal with that, because we don't find it easy, do we? Okay, application. Nothing's going to happen without you applying yourself. Right, this is where you take your knowledge, that's the book of knowledge, and you grow it into the tree of life of your branches, your world and your life. You are applying yourself. Very strong Virgo trait. We do work hard. So apply yourself, the application, okay, of everything that you're wanting. And then there's the tree of life again. You are stepping up those steps into that ascension energy, rising up into your best life, your best self, and your future self, and into infinite potential, unlimited, the phoenix rising from the heart, from a place of power, from a place of love. You are now flying. Beautiful. So, Virgo, my beautiful people, that's what I have for you for 2026. It'll pop up here now, your 2025. Have a little check out of that, see how much resonated, and let me know what your 3 focus goals are for 2026 in the comments below. And I will see you again soon. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't yet, do think about subscribing. You know, only 50% of you are subscribed. It does make a big difference to my channel and how much these videos are seen when you subscribe. And it's free, you know, it's completely free. All you need is an email address. It's really easy. And I will see you next time. Lots of love, Virgo. Bye-bye.